Hey everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Leah. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Becky.
And Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Becky.
I had a whole really cute little intro that I was going to read and then
Mike
forgot.
started recording and we were all disheveled in the moment.
Yes, yes. I don't know if it was just someone said last week was a full moon.
Oh,
I
really?
don't
It
know.
makes sense.
You know what? Last week was hard.
It
Like
was a week.
life just felt
Yeah.
hard last week. And this weekend was just a lot. I don't know. Although Leah thought it was book club weekend. That's
I
next
did.
weekend.
She did.
I did. Hey, it's been a busy couple of weeks. We're getting in the realm of back to school chaos. So I don't really know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah. No, I get it. I absolutely get it. I just, kind of, I was like ready to go. And then also, just so we're all clear, I didn't write this episode until Friday, Leah? Thursday?
It was Thursday, I think.
I wrote the episode on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no
We
one looks at it until Saturday
we
anyway.
knew what we were talking about, but
I made my list on Thursday
so
Oh,
because I was talking to Becky and I got distracted. And
um
made it at my office. So yeah, it was Thursday because I had 17,000 other things that I was supposed to be doing.
okay, so sometimes, my sparkly brain likes to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole, right? Little problems here and there. So I did some research. I found out some things.
Tell
If
me
we
more.
can raise $2 million, we can start our own publishing and print and have mass
2 million.
distribution.
Okay.
Oh, only 2 million?
2 million. Leah,
So
we
if I win
could
the
win the
lottery,
lottery and
if
we
I
could
win the
start our own
lottery,
publishing
we will
company.
start our own imprint.
Gotta start playing the lottery, but
Right.
Well, when the Powerball gets really high, I play it. Because why
which
not?
I was
rate
just like, could we
less?
crowdsource $2 million? Like to be a
Probably.
legit, that would be with offering advances and with mass distribution and retail placement, $2 million. If we don't care about mass distribution chain, if we don't want to establish a chain, then 22,000 per title is where we're at.
We still need to win the lottery
We
because I don't
still
know
need
about
$2
you,
million. dollars.
but I don't have that just sitting around.
But
If you want multiple titles.
it did get me thinking.
Oh, jeez.
Because, okay, so it was a busy week. I'm in the midst of my queries are open at 1852 Literary, where I am the acquisitions manager or VP
The
of acquisitions.
The vice
I got
president
a
of
new title.
acquisitions. New title.
Um, it got me thinking, though, that might be a fun episode. Like, if you could publish, not necessarily an author, but a dream book, what would be in that book and what would we publish?
Oh, like if we were writing
Mm,
it?
No, but like if we could,
Oh, like what
Acquiring
to
it.
look for.
what to look for, what would our dream book look like?
Oh, we should get Lindsay on that episode. Could
Right.
you imagine the chaos that'll come out of her
I
mouth?
know. But so just so we know, $2 million,
Nine
guys.
dollars.
Well, if we win the lottery,
There will be
we can do
signs.
that.
Yeah.
There will be signs. Yeah.
Anyway, quick shout
Don't hold
out.
your breath.
Quick shout out to our amazing Patreon community. Your support keeps the podcast running and lets us bring you even more bonus content, reading guides, exclusive Discord chats. If you're not a member yet, check out our one tier Patreon. We'd love to have you for our bookish crew. Also, in the coming, we have book club next week, which is part of Patreon. And then over on the Hallmark channel, they are adapting a Jude Devereaux book into
Ooh,
I think it's is it miniseries?
I think so.
I
I don't
think it's
know.
a
I just saw
miniseries.
the picture and sent it
I
to
don't I don't think you
you.
could do it as anything else.
With
I don't think you could do it as a movie. Like a mini series would make more sense because those are fairly involved.
yeah. So, I think I'm waiting for it to hit their streaming platform so we know exactly where it is and how we can access it. But we'll probably do a watch along. And then we're going to do an episode in September where we are going to talk about kind of review and dabble into the Gilded Age. So if you haven't watched The Gilded Age, you absolutely are going to want to bump that up because we're going to talk about some of the tropes in that. Um, so those are some things that will be part of our Patreon, but the Gilded Age episode will obviously live stream, but we'll do some other stuff behind the scenes with the Gilded Age in the Patreon. And then over the weekend, there was a discussion about yearning in our books. People saying they don't see enough yearning. And over again, I saw the same comment. You aren't reading the right books. You aren't reading the right books. And it made me think of the Gilded Age because, so there was bounces here that made sense. There's so much fucking yearning in the Gilded Age. People are yearning for each other like it's diseased. Anyway.
That makes it
That
weird.
that doesn't make it sound like
It doesn't
something
sound
you
like it's
want.
yeah, that
I don't
sounds
know
like
if it is a good
horrible
age.
thing.
I don't know if it's a good thing or
Like a
not.
disease.
I don't know if it's a good thing or not because think about yearning. If your feelings are never reciprocated, if you are constantly pining for someone that is out of reach, not accessible, doesn't it, like, it's sad.
I think it depends on the situation.
It also can then breed stalkers. So
Which we
disease.
like.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I read lots of yearning books because I read a lot of books where they stalk them.
This is true. This is true. Okay, so this is none of this. None of this has to do with what we're talking about tonight.
Nobody is surprised.
Not one single person is shocked that we are all over the place and we're not even, 6 minutes in.
My kids even make fun of me because they're like, "Oh, you're gonna talk about your books that you don't talk about."
That you don't talk about.
Like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club.
I think one of your children commented, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I started remixing episodes for YouTube Shorts and linking them to the episodes just to help with traffic and views and, whatever I can do, right? I think one of your children commented on it.
Probably.
And I was like, oh, that's Jenny's. But Jenny, you'll be happy to know that the Ranch Cup is not our most popular short.
Oh, that is, yeah. I am happy about that.
But I do think I probably have to go and pull a snippet out of that episode where Lindsay kind of rants about the Ranch Cup.
You do.
Out of the review.
Well, because people need to, like, those who have not
Yeah, you need the
experienced like
context.
the original Ranch Cup
Yeah.
moment, they should experience it.
But not
I
that
don't need
book.
to ever experience it again.
Yeah, I'm good.
They don't
Stuck
need to
there
read
now.
the book.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're throwing rice and signing prenups because we're talking all about the marriage of convenience trope. Not to be confused with arranged marriage, which we'll tackle another day, and I think we've tackled already.
We have, yeah.
This episode is all about the couples who say I do, not because they're in love, but because of a need, a loophole, or a mutual beneficial setup. And let's be honest, there's nothing convenient about all those forced proximity vibes, sizzling tension, and the inevitable fall into real love. And it does say forced proximity because, so we always say forced proximity equals you're fucked, right? Close proximity, you're in close. You have a choice. See, choice. Anyway, I do think that in some of these, they are forced proximity when we start looking at the ones that are like at the risk of losing the ranch or the risk of losing custody of children. That is a forced situation because it's more than just you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is one of those where the proximity is kind of gray, whether or not it's going to be forced or close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on how they approach the marriage of convenience. Like some people are like, "Oh, but you're gonna sleep in this bedroom and I'll sleep in this," and then like others are like they have to appear.
Well, and some of them, they do the marriage
100%.
and convenience. Like if you list like Marie Johnston's new series, like they all have to be married and live together. So it's like they're forced to stay in the house or they don't inherit the house. So it's like it depends on the situation and like how it's written out in the convenience side of it.
Right. And a lot of times we will come across these marriage of convenience where it's a one bed trope within it.
Yeah.
At some point within the book, there is that one bed kind of situation. So, how do we define marriage of convenience versus how is arranged marriage defined? Because I think it gets tricky when we start looking at the must marry to inherit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because sometimes those are arranged by the family, right?
Right.
Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah. Well, so Catherine Amora, her Windsor series, it's like a blend of the two. Like the grandmother's like arranging them, but it's not always, they don't always end up with the person that she arranges. So it's like arranged but marriage of convenience at the same time. Because like her temporary wife, yeah, temporary wife. So she has picked out a wife for the main character. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he ends up marrying his secretary instead. So like they go into a marriage of convenience to avoid the arranged marriage.
I mean, and that makes sense because I even look, I think it is uh Reluctantly Royal by Aaron Nicholas. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
a similar setup, right? Like he's
Yes.
engaged, he has an arranged
Engaged.
marriage
Yeah.
to this woman that's in love with his bodyguard.
Yeah.
So he goes out to find someone else to have a fake marriage with to appease his grandfather.
Yeah.
So arrange, you know, but I will say some of these books, and I read a few new ones. I have a few new ones to recommend. But I didn't get as deep into it because work life got a little out of control. Um, I know that there are ones out there where there's like a matchmaking grandma or a
Mm-hmm.
matchmaking. So I think if a matchmaker is in it, it's not arranged. It's just somebody's meddling.
I think
Yeah.
it depends on when the marriage occurs. Like, do they get time to learn about each other and like develop
Well,
feelings, or
and
they
I
getting
think it
married and then figuring it out?
and I think it depends on how the marriage comes about though too. Like if the matchmaking grandma like is pushing them together, but they like circumvent it somehow. Like I think it's like arranged, it's like it's been planned out. Like in Mafia, like they've been like betrothed for
Yes.
years.
Yeah.
Royals, they've been betrothed for years. But like other ones, I think it kind of it can be like that gray, like arranged slash convenience type of thing, which is I think because I was doing some searches and some of the ones that like I looked at for marriage and convenience, I would not call them marriage of convenience. I would call them arranged. But other people categorize them as marriage of convenience because of the way the story plays out.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of the opposite of the like forced versus closed.
Close.
Because, yeah, like for convenience, like you're still free to make the choice to marry
Yeah.
them. With arranged, especially
Yeah.
like in mafia books, like this might be a do or die situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I have a question for you, Jenny, a little bit is why how do you feel about this trope, particularly when you want um true connection, true understanding before people are together, and this situation kind of doesn't happen that way? Hey.
It definitely does not. And so like most of my recs are books that I read like quite a while ago and probably have recced multiple times. Um, and I'm not sure that like they hit for me anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
I need a like I like when it's like the secretary or the best friend, like they know each other
Yeah.
before they start it instead of like the contract with Melanie Moreland and Marriage for One by Ella Mace. Both of those are the secretary, and like he doesn't know her at all before he's like, "Hey, we're getting hitched."
Well,
So
and I feel like with marriage of convenience, a lot of times the secretary is just kind of like the default person because like they work
like
for
the
them, they know
only
their
woman they
schedule.
know,
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not attracted to her because she's my
right?
secretary. It's like
It's the
and
only
it,
Megan Quinn book I actually like.
Boss man bridegroom. It's
Boss
on my
man
list
bridegroom.
because, but honestly, when she proposes to him,
Yeah.
it's one of the funniest and like most adorable things ever. What is going on with your
But I
camera?
don't
I'm
know.
so
I
sorry. I
just
had
zoomed
to
in like
ask.
really big.
I was like, whoa, there's Rebecca.
Yeah, it's the only Megan Quinn book I actually really enjoyed.
I wouldn't say it's my only, but that is definitely one of my top 5 Megan Quinns.
It's the only one worth reading. It's the only one.
It's the only one in like the past few years that's worth reading. I do like some of her older stuff.
Yes,
But
I
yeah,
do
but like
like some of
that,
her older stuff.
but I feel like that's the thing too. Like there's so many that it defaults to the secretary, which is kind of frustrating. Or sometimes it defaults to the nanny if it's like they're looking for custody of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and we'll get to those. Okay, why does this trope work so well in modern romances? Why does marriage of convenience work?
Well,
think
it's the
some of
like no, go ahead, Jenny.
no, I was gonna say some of it is like I don't see like people coming across that in real life very often. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe I'm wrong, but I hope that like people are in situations where they need to be married to make things work like legally, or I guess legally that could
I mean,
be,
green card
yeah.
marriages.
Well, all right.
But see, I don't really think
That's
that's a thing
questionable too
anymore
now.
because I don't
Um,
know that I've read one of those since 2018,
I don't
2000.
think it is either, but like that's the only thing like in like real life that I could think
Yeah.
of that would be.
But I think that that's a sign of the current times in administration too, because if we look about, we might have seen that in 2014, 2015, but by the time we hit 2016,
Right?
moving forward with books that are published 2017 forward, that
Mhm.
setup is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Not even the only one I could think of was, I think, Gina Azee might have had one in her Boston Hawks series, The Faker.
Wasn't it?
Because he
It
was
wasn't.
retiring, so he was
It was
losing his,
Torrance book, wasn't it?
yeah, he was losing his hockey,
His
his
like work
Oh,
visa.
his work
visa.
visa, but he still wanted to stay in the Boston
Yeah.
area and do things and nonprofits. That is the only one I could come up with in modern in the last
Yeah,
couple weeks
I
or
don't.
years.
I can't think of anything.
If my camera goes out again, you guys, it's overheating. So anyway, just ignore
That's
me and
fine. It
keep
was just the
talking.
close up that was the
Well,
shocking
hopefully we
part.
won't have any more close-ups. Um, so Jenny, and I didn't even ask you because I think I know Leah's answer to this, but I'm gonna ask Jenny, do you like this trope?
Okay, so when I was looking at, I do, but I have not read many like recently. I don't know if I'm just not like finding them or they're not hitting. So I like it when it's done a certain way, I guess.
Yeah. No. I mean, so you probably like it better when it's like two friends, something's happened,
Mhm.
they have to marry.
Yes.
Or like a second chance where they have a history and then have to come
Well,
together
like you
for
read In
something.
a Jam and you really like that
Yeah,
one.
that was like love that book.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, do you
And
know,
yeah, they were friends before.
well, In a Rush is also a marriage of convenience.
I didn't read that one, but it
I
is.
did, but it's friends to lovers and a slow burn, and it's In a Jam, but football, and
But In a Jam had the girl,
it did.
and Ginny was just delightful.
It did.
And a dog named Bernie
And a dog
And
named
a
Sanders.
dog
Bernie
named Bernie.
Sanders.
Uh-huh.
So, Leah, do you like this trope? I assume you
I'm
do.
You know I do.
Okay,
It's
just
like
making
all the
sure.
things that I want. Well, and honestly, I will say it's one of the few styles of enemies or adversaries to lovers that I usually enjoy that is not mafia.
Yeah.
Like enemies to lovers, adversaries to lovers, it's so easy to get it wrong and it's hard for me to enjoy them. But oftentimes, like these ones, like especially the secretary boss ones, because usually like the secretary is like he is a dirty hoe, like
I mean, that's how it is in the
and
contract by Melanie
oh,
Moreland.
yeah.
She
And
hates
and
him.
honestly, like but
I
that
hate him.
oftentimes is like how it is. So it's one of those things where like I don't mind it so much in the marriage of convenience stuff because they see them outside of like their work persona essentially, and
Yeah,
so it adds a different dynamic to it.
That makes sense. Um, so fake marriage becomes real feeling progression.
Hmm.
How soon in this book do you want at least one of your characters to be establishing true connection and feeling? How, like, percentage wise, like, you're still okay at 50%? Does it have to be before they sleep together? One of them has to have feelings, or where are you at in that position on it?
I think it
I
depends
would,
on the book.
yeah, I would say like 40 to 60. Like I want to see them really forward.
Yeah. Um, I also think one of the tropes that leads really well into this is opposites.
Hmm.
Like, I think about Playing to Win by Kelly Jamison. It's a married in Vegas, but they decide to stay together because he's going to help use her as she's kind of in trouble, and it's going to help her escape from Vegas, and he's going to use it as a buffer with his family. But she's like this free spirit, kind of does what she wants to do, and he is like tight button up Mr. Rules.
I will say, oftentimes the wake up married, like it has the marriage of convenience like side story to it because it's like they get caught like
That's
getting
Lick.
married.
Lick by Kylie
Yeah.
Scott is like that.
Yeah, and Carla Sorensen, the last one in the Wilder series, they end up like they wake up married and then they end up staying married because it just like it I don't know if it's that one that blows up in the tabloids or it's a different sports one that I read. Maybe it was a Hollywood norm one. But
Fake.
oftentimes it ends up being a marriage of convenience style
Well, and
too.
Kylie Scott must really like Fake Relationship because
Mm-hmm.
Fake by Kylie Scott is a marriage of convenience. And
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly how it is like he's kind of talk about yearning. That book,
Yeah.
he's actually been in love with her. She's a waitress at his favorite restaurant. He's been in love with her for 2 years.
Yeah.
And there's been a scandal in the tabloids. So he comes up with this like fake engagement. Let's get married.
Mm-hmm.
Set up so that she'll be close and have to pay attention to him.
Well, on Shenanigans by Serena Bowen, same thing. They get drunk, they get married, and then I'm looking at the blurb because I wanted to make sure I was remembering it right. Once his evil family gets wind of our Vegas shenanigans, like so they stay married because like people found out about it.
Found out about it. Okay, so
Yeah, and I think that's why like the enemies and opposite work, right? Because they're both
Hmm.
working towards a goal together.
Yeah.
Usually both of them benefit somehow. I can't say I've read very many where there isn't, like, I don't know why somebody would conveniently marry someone without a benefit.
yeah. Um, okay, so I kind of came up with kind of four different areas that these books kind of fall in. So, of
Hmm.
course, there's the billionaire setup, right? Like something's happened, he needs a wife for perception, whatever. And then there's the inheritance clause of the marriage.
Yeah.
It definitely lends to a rescue trope. It can be he needs rescued because, he's on the verge of losing something, or it could be that she needs rescues because she's in a hot spot kind of thing.
Hmm.
And then there's the inheritance clause, you must get married in order to inherit the farm. BK Borson's Love Light Farms. It's a Christmas tree farm, social media contest, fake boyfriend for promotion, and they have to save the farm.
Well, and Shane Rose is like her Hardy Brothers series, book one. Is it
No,
book
book
one
one's
between
arranged. The
no
father
book
arranges that marriage.
no between commitment and betrayal? It's not arranged.
Yeah, it's in the will. Her
Maybe it's book
father.
two then.
Book
Like
two's the sister that owns the cupcake shop.
there's one of them that is marriage of convenience, though.
That's the football
And
player
her,
one. I think that's the
yeah,
cupcake football player one.
and she does quite a few
She
of them.
does a
Yeah,
marriage of convenience.
She
Well,
blurs a lot of arranged marriage and
that's
marriage of
true, she
convenience
does.
because
Yeah,
the one that we
yeah,
read, that we did a quick shot on, that one's arranged marriage because they have to bring the two
corrupted is
families.
that corrupted chaos? That
Something
one.
like that. Yeah.
But
Shattered
like
Vow
that whole
is
Shattered
world,
Vows.
the
like they're
first
kind
one.
of like arranged slash convenience
Yeah,
I'm
too.
super excited
exactly.
about her new book that's coming out this fall.
I am
Or is
too.
it next
It's
January?
I
don't
think
even
whenever
remember.
it comes out, but that cover is real pretty.
I was on the NetGalley. I pre-ordered it because did you see those edges?
Yes, but I cannot pre-order anything anymore.
Okay, well that's your problem, not mine.
It is.
I'm just saying. Um,
Yeah, those edges are,
so
there's something.
and Jenny, do you have any favorite billionaire fake wife setup romances?
Um, so my favorite is actually he's the one that she needs, Marriage of Inconvenience by Penny Reed.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
So she has taken on like a second identity, and her real identity comes back to haunt her, and like her family's part of a pharmaceutical company and she needs to be married. So she marries Dan, the security man, and thinks like
I just love
it'll it'll be like no problem.
What do you have for billionaires?
So Natasha Anders actually has the unwanted wife, but this one it's that blend, like so the Alessandro, he marries his wife to get back his family's vineyard, but and he made a deal with her dad, so it's kind of arranged, but she doesn't know about any of that. And then she finds out.
Lush Money by Angelina M. Lopez. It's also it's a marriage of convenience. It's to save her winery. He's a down and out. She's the billionaire. He's down and out.
Hmm.
But comes with a family name that she needs to help elevate her vineyard. I think he's royalty at that, so she's saving him. The one I thought you were gonna say, Jenny, is Married Lies by Amanda Richardson.
Oh, I did have that on my list. Yeah,
That is such a good marriage of convenience because they don't
it
know
is.
each other, but there is so much peeling away of the layers that happens in that book that you don't always see in marriage of convenience.
Right, because they both go into it very much like it's a contract, and then slowly unravel.
Yeah. The other one that's kind of marriage of convenience, but an extra little bit of bonkers, The Initiation by Nikki Sloan.
I
The
mean, that
Filthy
whole
Rich
world is
Americans.
bonkers.
That book is that series is
It is something
bonkers.
else.
Not for you, Jenny.
That isn't that
I,
more
I,
arranged though?
No.
I
The
usually
two of them
assume
come together in
bonkers
book
is not.
one and she has to be initiated in. It
Oh,
starts
that's
as
right.
dating. It doesn't
But
they don't
one
get
of them
married
is
till book two.
arranged. One of that world is arranged.
The brothers book in
Yes.
the book 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not for
that's
Jenny. Not for Jenny.
no. Oh goodness, no. Goodness, no.
Do you have any other billionaire ones you like, Jenny?
It's kind of like on the edge of billionaire. Like he's a sports star. We didn't like talk. I mean,
No, we didn't. I have a
so
couple sports stars. Go for it.
okay, so like Homecoming King, also by Penny Reed.
Yeah, I have
Like,
that one.
but the reason he's getting married is because all the people that he's dated have gone on to get married the next person they dated after him.
Oh, isn't that like Good Luck or Bad Luck Charlie? Or there was a movie the
Oh,
actor was like a
Yes.
douchebag that was in that one. He was a dentist, or she was a dentist.
yeah, I don't remember
I don't
what
know.
the title of it was.
Okay, so this is something that we haven't seen a lot of, and I'm really shocked that there aren't more books. But Dax by Sawyer Bennett. They marry each other because of the medication she needs is so expensive, and he's a hockey player and his health insurance will cover her medication. She has an autoimmune disorder and his insurance will cover the medication. She doesn't have the money. And I'm really shocked that that type of marriage hasn't replaced the green card
The
marriage,
green card, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we still don't see a lot of that.
but
Yeah,
there are
because
people.
I would definitely, that's something I would marry somebody for.
But you have to think about it. There are probably how many lavender marriages are there out in the world right now that are
Mhm.
happening because of medical insurance and a place to live.
Right.
Don't Kiss the Bride by Carrie and Cole also has that. Isn't Walla Winnipeg of Me and Me?
It is, but I've never read those because I was
I
told
haven't,
early
I've
on
read
in
the
my
Carrie and
life
Cole one, but I
not
didn't
to read
like it.
Mariana Zapata, that she is not for me.
Well, because there's usually like 116 at like 97%. So,
Um, let's see here. What else? Oh, so I did read some new ones.
okay. Tell us
This would
those.
fall into inheritance clause marriages. The Wife Situation by Lyra Parrish.
Mm.
He has to get married by his 40th birthday, or his father is going to name his arch nemesis as the CEO of the business.
Wow, that's rough.
And
Such a
she,
fun word, arch nemesis.
arch nemesis, right?
It's like a villainous word.
And he had a speech impediment in his younger years, so it was it's very difficult for him to connect to people. He views the world in pictures, so he does a lot of doodling and drawing as he meets new people. And so he's a man of few words, but I really liked him. Like, for a funny rom-com and how they came together, I was shocked at the layer of character. My only complaint on it is the pacing of the story. We got a little caught up in the layers of the characters, and the story moved at a little slower pace than I think. The beats took a little longer to find. We'll say it that way. That's a nice way, right?
It is a nice way to say
And
it.
then The Faking Game by Olivia Haley. This was my book of the week a couple weeks ago, maybe even last week. I
She
am
has more
desperate
than
for
one
the
marriage
next
of
book.
convenience. Because
Yeah, 'cause
Say Yes
I've
to the
just
Boss was more marriage of convenience also.
she has like, yeah, one in
I
every
feel like
series
that's
at
like
least.
one
Layla
of her favorite.
Hagen has a bunch in every
Yeah, she
series.
does. Carly Phillips has a bunch too, I
I think so.
think.
Yeah. Um, the one, let's see here. What else did I have? The Tycoon by M. O'Keefe.
Mm.
This is part of a 4-author series, and Amanda, she's not on tonight, but she just recently read the Road King series by Julie Chris. And I found this, the Tycoon. It's a 4-book series written by 4 authors together, and it's about 4 siblings. And in this marriage of convenience, it's sort of arranged, but like Leah's, she doesn't know it's arranged.
Mm.
Her father kind of has died, and she hated her father, so she comes home to close up the house to get things organized. But come to find out, the family can't inherit anything, and including her siblings, who she's kind of
Oh,
cared for, unless she gets married. Well, she decides to marry this guy who is she was engaged to previous, but she found out that when they were engaged, they got engaged because her father promised him a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
And she thought it was past that, and it's not. It's messy. Like, if you want a messy soap opera, like if you like Dallas or Yellowstone, go read The Tycoon and then the 4 books with it, because friggin' messy.
I always like when the wife doesn't know.
Yeah. Do you have any other inheritance clause ones?
Inheritance? I don't think so.
I have Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon. You talk about an underrated book. Why are people not reading this book more?
Really, anything by her is underrated.
yeah, I
So
agree.
she's the one that needs to inherit. She made a promise to her aunt. Her aunt has passed. She needs to get married. And also The Exception by Jenna Hartley. Now, I don't love this series right now by Jenna Hartley because the Taylor Swift crap is so freaking thick in it
Mm.
that it makes me bonkers. Like, it is. Every other chapter has somebody singing a Taylor Swift song. I get it, but your whole personality cannot be Taylor Swift in your books. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But in this one, she wants to inherit her family ski lodge. So they decide to get married. But he really likes her. So he's kind of pining. More yearning. Look at that. More yearning.
Oh, more yearning.
So yeah, those are the ones I have. But Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon. If you need an inheritance, marriage of convenience, I would go there first.
So I have, not to
no,
interrupt
go
or like
interrupt.
change. So The Wrong Husband by Maya Alden. So she has one, they wake up married, but it's also sister's ex, and he marries the sister for revenge, but the wife, the marriage of convenience, wake up married, doesn't know that that's why. And then she finds out. I will tell you, Maya Alden, I don't, this is one of those authors that I'm not sure if I like her books, but I can't stop reading them because they're so freaking messy. Like there's always chaos. Like the guys are always the biggest tools and always say stupid crap, and the women always overhear, and then she writes a really good grovel though. I will give you that.
Yeah.
There's lots and lots of groveling. So I do like them, but I don't at the same time.
Jenna mentions Harlow James. Her last release was A Marriage of Convenience for Inheritance, and it's become one of her favorite books for this trope. So
Ooh.
we might have to check out that Harlow James book. The Nanny and the Heartthrob by Krista Sandor.
Mm,
They do it to kind of protect reputation.
yeah.
Hockey.
I love that
So
book.
how many of these for you guys, they get married in Vegas and then they decide to stay married? Because I had Lick by Kylie Scott, Hockey Wife by Kate Meter. If you have not read Kate Meter, stop sleeping on
You
Kate
need
Meter.
to read Kate Meter.
Hockey Wife was really good. It's an age gap. I think this is an age gap even you would like, Jenny, because I know they're not your fave.
They are.
She is not stupid, but she
But
presents
there's not a
herself.
huge gap though, is there?
Oh, there is. She's like
Oh, yeah,
22,
that's the big one.
23.
That is the big one.
He thinks she's this privileged Nepo baby influencer. And her sister has passed away, and they accidentally get married in Vegas. And he's in his last year of contract. And all his grandma, who is older, has ever wanted is for him to be married. And so the heroine is supposed to be getting the annulment. But then as their marriage leaks, they decide to stay together. And come to find out, she has ulterior motives for giving the impression to her parents that she's a ditz, but she has a lot of other stuff that she's trying to do behind the scenes. So it gives her some agency. It explains why she makes the choice. So that's something that I really like that we get in romance is that perception. You know, you can start reading a character and you think, oh my God, she's going to be dumb and ditzy. Kind of like a problematic summer romance, right? Like you start reading that she's going to come off as the spoiled little sister, you know, privileged. And then come to find out that is not who they are at all. So
I like books like that.
Kind of surprises you because you go in expecting one thing and it is absolutely not what you thought it was going to be.
Well, and the one, who is the book? Is it where she, like, they meet at knife point? Like she goes, what
Oh,
book is
Joe
that?
Ramsauer's the second
Yes,
book.
that one. Like she is not what you expect as you read her character.
No, I really like that.
That was such a good book.
Lead Me Not by S.L. Scott. So you know when we did the S.L. Scott book, we all were like, her transitions are a little wonky.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get better, just so we're all clear.
Oh,
But the
I have
story
that on
was
my
really
list,
good. It's a
too.
brother's best friend. No, this series is really cute, and I absolutely. But it's mac and cheese, right? Like
I can handle mac and cheese.
I'm not
Speaking
expecting.
of mac and cheese, Kaylee Ryan, she has some Marriage of Convenience, doesn't she?
She has a lot of fake engagements.
Well, and Siblings Best Friend. She has a lot of
She
those,
hits a
too.
lot of siblings' best friends. A lot of siblings' best friends.
Sure, now that I'm thinking through, it's usually just fake engagements.
Yeah. Okay, so the one that we didn't set up in our list, and I kind of stumbled across it because I didn't know where exactly to put it, but when custody is at risk, marriage of convenience, where I have to get a spouse because I have custody issues, custody something. And so Rancher's Strength by Bonnie Poirier, that's book 4. It's a second chance. I think this is a marriage of convenience that Jenny would like because they have a history.
Well, I've read it.
Oh, that's right. You did read this. That's right. You did read this one. Sorry.
I did like it.
I forgot about that extra piece. But that series is really good. Like, there's a lot of layers and characters. I know Amanda's gone back and read the rest of the series. Have you read the rest of the series? I've read 3 and 4.
Yeah, I read like the one before.
And this one.
Yeah.
They're really good. The Bluff by Devney Perry, or her whatever Willa Nash stuff, but she's changed everything to Devney Perry now. That one is custody. He's trying to get custody of his son back. Right? Or is it his daughter?
His daughter.
His daughter.
The Marriage Effect by Carla Sorensen.
Yeah.
They get married for custody, and then Rebecca Yarros in her Smoke Jumper, like firefighter series. So the parents of the boys pass away, and so she is their teacher, and like to foster and take custody of them, she needs to get married, and so she marries her brother's best friend, who she's been in love with forever. He's a damaged boy.
I know you love that
he's
series.
he's a fire
jumper.
He's like a smoke jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's usually like issues about like how like when you're fostering kids, like
suspend reality.
You gotta suspend reality there,
Jenny.
It makes sense for the story, but he's a damaged boy. But it's so good. And if you haven't read Rebecca's contemporary stuff, please do it now because it's amazing.
Irresistibly Wild by Jay Salmon. That's a custody issue. He has gotten custody of his niece. His sister and brother-in-law die in a car accident. He ends up marrying Layla from Dr. Scandalous.
And she has another one in that series. I haven't read it yet, but he discovers he has a son, and then I don't know if it's
that's the new series. One is in the previous one.
Oh, okay. They're all mixed up in my head, but she has another one in the next series too.
And then somebody recommended Everything He Couldn't by Harlow James.
I think Stacy did that one too.
I came across a new to me author.
Okay.
And I sent the cover to Leah and Amanda because, this book doesn't come out till August.
The cover is so pretty.
It's called Fair Trade by Millie Perez. It's a baseball romance, marriage of convenience. And he's the owner of the baseball. They've had a one-night stand, and now I can't remember what the reason is.
She's the GM of like the team too.
Is that what
which
it is?
Is like way out of the box and very exciting. Yeah. So I am excited, but the covers are gorgeous.
Also, she is a Latinx author writing baseball romances, which we do not get enough of.
We don't, but we'll have Lindsay read it to make sure the baseball is correct for everybody.
I came across another one, C.A. Harm. She's doing a multi-author baseball series.
I've read her before. I don't like her books are like I've enjoyed what I've read.
She has one called Grand Slam that is on my TBR. I did not get to it. Oh no, never mind. That one is not. That one is Second Chance, Surprise Pregnancy, Sister's Best Friend. I must have been looking for something else when I came across
still all things that we like.
They are all things that we
like. That's a lot.
Does anybody have a book they need to talk about before we go on to the next thing?
No, I'm good. Okay.
You can find a list of the books that were talked about over on our On the Shelf show notes at buzzingaboutromance.com. Okay. I guess we'll just go right into it. I'm melting, so if we're a little short, we're a little short.
That's fair.
So guess what time it is?
Well, it's funny because she's like, I'm melting and I'm in my basement in a hoodie, so
we're not talking to you right now. Guess what time it is?
No.
It's that time.
It's that time for book of the week.
Oh, I didn't do the jazz hand. Sorry.
It's okay. Jenny. We love you anyway. Jenny, what's your book of the week?
I picked The Problematic Summer Romance by Allie Hazelwood. I don't like age gaps, but this was like the most ethical age gap I've ever read in my life. Like, he is very like, this is why we can't do it, and she's like, so what?
She's like, bet me.
I started the
And
audio.
well, and like Becky said, she is like super smart. Like she could do tons of things, but
You,
she has made her decision and she is firm in that.
yeah. So you know how Lindsay talks about sibling's best friend, femme fatale, being the
Yeah,
seductress?
this is
That is
her.
that character.
Yeah,
She is
100%.
a femme fatale. She is the seductress. The power is all in her hands in so many different realms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
I started listening, but then I had to like get ready for spotlight stuff, so I had to turn it off. But I was really enjoying it.
It's really good. Highly recommend it. Leah, what is your book of the week?
My book of the week is Tony and Addie Go Viral by Melissa Marr. This is a sapphic romance. So it is a fake relationship, but an interesting thing about this is it doesn't start out that way. Like you have to get a good chunk into the book before the fake relationship part of it comes
Hmm.
out, which I thought was interesting. But so Tony is a professor and she writes a book, which there's some of the publishing stuff. I'm like, I don't think it would go this fast, but it could. So she writes a book, it gets picked up by a publishing house. Like then they decide to make a TV show out of it. Addie is, she's a little bit younger than Tony, but she like has listened to her lectures and really wants to meet her, and so they have this moment in Scotland, and then Addie is an like aspiring actress and like auditions for the show and she gets it, and it's like the progression of their relationship. And Tony is a commitment phobic, doesn't ever want to love, does not like solve anything type of thing, but it's really well done and I really enjoy these characters a lot.
So, my book of the week is Room for Two by Lana Ferguson. It's actually a novella. I didn't know it was a novella when I went
Oh, is
in.
it? I have the audio.
It's an audiobook. It's an audiobook release from Spotify first. It comes out August 19th. It'll be everywhere as an audiobook, but it's the first book that Spotify has produced, that their
Mm.
label has published. The narrators are Samantha Summers, Teddy Hamilton. Um, you guys, this was fun and flirty. And the only bad thing I can say about it is
It's
I
a novella.
it's a novella. Like they their friends are doing some matchmaking behind the scenes. The hero and the heroine are some of the most awkward people. Like
I
Teddy's
do
like the
like
perfect
awkward.
like
it's
narrator
perfect
for
Teddy
that then.
Hamilton casting. Uh Summer, she did a fantastic job. What was her name again? Samantha Summers. She did
I don't know if I've heard her.
they did a fantastic job. They meet one night and then it's the book pick that's the prologue. You see them meeting and it's a year later. And she works as a barista at the coffee shop. She's going to school to be a nurse. He I can't remember what he does, but it's very nerdy, like, actuary or something. Like numbers, an accountant. I think he's an accountant and it's very numbers driven. He can't he thought they had this moment, come to find out she was drunk. Nothing ever happens between
Oh,
them in the prologue,
Poor
but
guy.
he cannot look her in the face to order his coffee. He's very like, I don't know what I need to drink. Like not making eye contact, looking everywhere but at her. And the setup, she becomes his roommate. Like, it's just magical. It is romance magic. It was so good. And I was so sad
When it
that
was over.
it was over.
no.
I was like, that's it? What? But they were so cute. And I just love like awkward because I think about it like, yeah, I can relate to awkward
Yeah.
in so many
Yeah.
ways. So yeah, that's my book of the week.
You kind of want to fight because it was so short.
I do kind of want to fight. Like that's the only complaint. Like dynamic characters, a well-written story, the pacing on par. The side characters hilarious.
But honestly, that just goes to show how good of a writer she is because a novella should be that
Yeah.
good and that well done.
Like there was purpose for things that happened. It was never a moment where I was like,
Mm.
how did they get here? Like
Yeah.
everything makes sense as they go through the book. So anyway, it was so good. So those are our books of the week. We want to know, what's your favorite marriage of convenience setup? Is it saving the family business, the surprise inheritance, or maybe this says the green card loophole, but let's say, the medication, the insurance coverage. Drop us a DM, email us at thebees@bookcase and coffee, or join the discussion over on our Discord. Thanks for hanging out with us today and for saying I do to another episode of Buzzing About Romance. Whether you're here for the fake wedding, the forced proximity, or the very real feelings this trope continues to deliver, don't forget to follow or subscribe, whether you listen to the podcast or you're loving the show live over on the YouTube. Leave us a rating and a review. You can also like this video. It really helps more romance readers find us. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me.
It's always a good time.
Until next time.
Happy reading, everybody.